Welcome to Annie's film commentary show starring our guest today. Hi, tell me who you are and why you are here today.
Thank you, Annie, for having me here today. I got an invitation from you to view this new movie opening that had been all over the place, and I am ecstatic to be voicing my views alongside our director for today's episode.
Round of applause for today's guest, please. Before we get on to watching this film, let me introduce you to the piece. Our episode today will be on The Mother 2026, made by two high school students, me, Mai Ngọc Anh, and my co-worker, Nguyễn Linh Anh. This film is a thriller on domestic violence, flashback and mental health illness, and the complex relationship between the mother and the daughter. The Mother is made to attract the target audience of Gen Z, which is from 1997 to 2012. In 2026, this is between 14 and 29 years old, and is also the main population that has been affected by older generation parenting. In particularly millennials and Gen X, who are exposed to the vast media and implied conservative mindset. According to Pew Research Center in 2020, the distinction between Gen Z and previous generation is defined by the status of digital natives who grew up during a period of intense social and political volatility. This caused their way of growing up and raising their children to be inadequate. This would have left permanent marks on the children's mental and physical state, in which this group of audience would understand the most. Furthermore, The Mother is also targeted towards Asian and Latins audience, as this geographical audience is most exposed to parental treatment, which involve negative reinforcement as a method of disciplining the children. According to American Psychological Association in 2023, high-pressure parenting style common in Gen X and millennial households are significant contributors to the rising anxiety level in Gen Z. This is true as the older generation used perfectionist parenting, where they would project their own careers or social anxiety onto their children, creating a chronic stress environment. It is understood from the studies, researchers, and experiences that shared across social media, not all parents are like this. However, most do. Therefore, this film also dives into exploring such tropes. As we continue the film, it becomes clear that the main target audience gender for this is female. As the action of calculated murder was shown, we have always known to be interested in true crime and figuring out the clues within a murder mystery case. Therefore, with the representation of mostly female and the head of family where the father is absent, it is understandable that the gender female is targeted for this film. So with that in mind, shall we begin to view this movie? You see how this would really attract a Gen Z audience with the popular melodic TikTok trending music that transitioned from a non-diegetic to diegetic sound. Also with the outfits, do you have any comments on that?
Well, yeah, we can see that they are representing the use of high fashion in young generations right now. The signature pieces of the black corset, big puffer jackets along with shorts. Mostly black scheme along with highlights like their makeup.
Right, I agree. Just from their outfit and the montage scene of getting ready, we already know that they're going to go out, maybe to a party or an outing event, totally relevant to how youngsters behave. As our target audience view at the beginning of our film, they would expect an upbeat vibe similar to Euphoria in 2019. The differences in makeup of the two characters here also suggest their age gap, as one applied lighter makeup and one bolder makeup. Yeah, that's true. You know what this reminds me of? The connection between the two characters feels somewhat uncanny. It doesn't look like they totally feel comfortable around each other. The younger one seems off. It seems like she just doesn't want to be there. It feels like The Substance 2022, where the two main characters at first have an unbreakable bond, but then as things go on, something terrible happens. I wonder how this would go.
Is only the best for you.
Elaine, come get breakfast. Oh my god, that is such a twist and so early in the film too. We haven't really know the characters, who they are, what their connection with each other is, and one is already murdered. That is frankly interesting. This can really get the audience to engage more as right now everything feels rushed and incomprehensive. They will try to get a clue of what is potentially happening.
I am actually curious how this would play out right now. I feel like there are a lot of stereotypes seen in this film, like how was portrayed that female is supposed to wear makeup when go outside, or that those with a more evil look like one with bold makeup here corresponds to her as a person, plotting and trying to get behind the wrongful thing she is doing.
I noticed that too. This is most likely the representation of both preferred reading and negotiated reading theory from Stuart Hall. The perpetrator through the way they are dressed, and the gaze would tell us the intended meaning, which is that they are not safe. In a way that is them proposing danger and threats to the story, and this message is conveyed through the mise-en-scène that is negotiated from the audience as if it was something that is somewhat expected to happen, that is yet not sure of the reason and the background of the situation. Therefore, one may argue that her action is completely reasonable. However, the other may argue that there are no excuses for what she just did. What do you think about the view?
Well, they're like this helpless little girl that couldn't really foresee the future and what could happen to her. They're representing the stereotypical damsel in distress.
Totally. I see this more of like an oppositional reading, don't you think? How we all get that the character was made to be the underdog, yet the society has evolved so much more in time. The fact that the female is still portrayed that way will be difficult to be accepted from the audience.
Right, this will totally throw the audience off in the best way possible. If this managed to attract a large audience, especially your target audience, which is teen and youngsters, they wouldn't be particularly satisfied with it. However, I can see that it is there for the plot.
Right. Let's continue.
Come get breakfast.
In the background, that is the mother right there. Do you see that? Again, this is one of Stuart Hall's representation of preferred reading and stereotypical image of how women in the society treat their family. What do you think of this?
I can see that most mothers are portrayed as role figures in taking care of their families. In this particular situation, she is cooking, and I'm assuming she is preparing lunch, breakfast. Anyhow, it is exactly how society has been viewing women. The caretaker, the role model, the main person to depend on.
Right, I can totally see that too. Shall we continue?
Oh, why did you make so much food today?
It's the best
It's the
for
best
you.
for you, and I love it for you. Finally,
Do you
this escape
see
is
what
held
that
together.
means?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so basically, towards the end of the movie, we would know that the mother is actually the one who killed her. And I feel like our target audience will be pleased with the plot twist that we are bringing, which each and every tiny clue and Easter egg given, such as in the flashback scene, where she is suddenly flashback to when she's about to be hit by the car when she put out her blinds. Which is like, maybe that is her future, but we haven't know yet since this is only the film opening. And how the story is tied together and how with the full picture it slowly comes to life. And with the narrative enigma of how the story will continue, this will give the story start when she's on the ground and at last scene or back at the kitchen when we don't really know. However, I am sure that the audience will be pleased with what we're working with.
I feel so too. I really like how it is connected but also brings out this mysteriousness at the same time. However, I do wonder, how will you distribute this to ensure that it will reach your target audience and be successful? Wouldn't it be hard to distribute it locally since you are a high school student and don't yet have your name well established and not working with any studio?
That is a great question. To distribute The Mother, I would use a strategy that matches how big companies like Netflix and Sony Entertainment Pictures work. First, I would pitch to Netflix because their vertical integration allowed them to show my movie to millions of people that have subscribed to their app. Because my film fits their algorithm perfectly as it is a high-concept thriller with a big twist similar to the success of Stranger Things. This gives the film high box office potential in the digital market as global audiences love mystery that they can binge watch. Since my film is a local project in Vietnam, I would also attract companies such as the horizontal. Since my film is a local project in Vietnam, I would use horizontal integration strategy of HK Film and the partner CJHK Entertainment. By working in big theater chains like the CGV Cinema, I could make sure our film get the best showtime in local malls. This worked for the local hit Hijacked in 2025 and is the best way to reach young audiences in Vietnam, ensuring high ticket sales and profit. Finally, The Mother is attracted to this company because it uses technological Finally, The Mother is attractive to this company because it uses technological convergence to turn viewers into prosumers. Following Henry Jenkins' theory of participatory culture, I would post POVs, which is point of perspective, onto digital media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, also known as X, to encourage fans to talk back using their own theories. I would act as one of the characters in the story, and then I would show out how it goes through this small POV short videos. And so this would really attract the TikTok and YouTube and Instagram algorithm because they have known to like it ever since 2020, which is the lockdown period. And so a film that can market itself through fan engagement is very safe and profitable investment for any major media institution because it creates a free organic marketing. This is how I would actually distribute and market for my film. Do you have any more questions?
Well, I don't have any more questions since your opening sequence has such nice techniques. I hope that this goes well for you, and I wish for the mother to reach success, to be able to be viewed by your target audience and impact the younger generations in a way that had not been done.
Thank you so much for your wishes. It is such a pleasure to be having you on the show. I will wish you to invite you for another time for another movie sighting.
I really look forward to that. Thank you for having me.
Hello and welcome back to Any Film Commentary. And today we have our special guest Vũ Nguyễn Bảo Châu, who is one of our target audience considering that she's a female and she's Gen Z and her demographic is Asia. So she will be viewing this movie with us and also giving her views on what is appealing and what's not.
I do love how it like focuses on like the characters, like, you know, doing the makeup and stuff. Very mundane thing to start at least. I'm wondering who this character is. The character in the black jacket. I love this walking shot, like near the leg. Very mysterious. Like I'm still wondering the relationship of the character. Like who can it be? Okay, normal so far. Like the long skirt implies that it might be like an older character.
Oh my God,
so it can't be like a friend thing. Oh hell no! Does that older character just push her? And there's a car? Oh no! And that's a dream. Okay. So it's older character. She just wake up. She looking kind of
Fuzzy.
The dad is cut off.
Yes.
So there's something about the dad. She's suspicious about her mom. I think it shows that like she's suspicious.
Yes.
She might have met the mom in the dream. She's getting reminded of this bright light.
Yes. You get it.
Oh, the mom is out in the kitchen again. Okay, oatmeal. It's a lot of that's like Korean medicine, and there's a pill there. Okay, it looks like she's making breakfast for the two of them. Oh, the zoom in into the medicine. So she's like having some pills problems, probably. That might imply. The focus on the smile makes it so suspicious. Like I'm having the same reaction as his daughter now. Oh yeah, she's getting reminded. And look at that smile. And look at this. All of this about this character is very suspicious. So my reaction to this clip is that I can kind of get like who, like some sort of preliminary problem that the mother, I think this is the mother of that child, that somehow pushed her but it's in her dream. So, and I think that's some sort of parallel. Maybe the mother is trying to poison or do something bad to the daughter in real life. So that's why there's this scene about like and I think there's something in that oatmeal for sure. Like maybe the daughter is about to pass out, and like, yeah, I think I'm that's pretty sure because I see the smile, I see the camera work on the smile and the way it just zoom in on her face while eating the oatmeal. It seems like she's up to absolutely no good about her daughter. So I think in general, I found a lot of things appealing, including like the use of the camera work. Like it zooms in on the medicine to imply that there's a pills problem with the mother, and that might have caused her to like do something to like actively trying to harm her child. And it might also make us wonder like what is her history with these pills, and why does she do it, and does it have any effect to like the current action. And I might not know the motives yet, but this kind of filming makes me kind of like excited for like to know the motivations of the mother, and how that pans out for the daughter. Like, does the daughter survive this, or will her life be cut short by her mother? So yeah, that's what my thought about the movie.
This is now the ending of our show. Thank you so much for being here.